Yo, 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 we are back with another video. As you can tell, I am extremely happy today because we made a previous video and it seems to be working out pretty good and pretty well. It was a little scary there on Tuesday. It was a little scary on Tuesday. I didn't make a video Tuesday. I was like, what the heck going on? So let's take a look at what today was Wednesday. Let's take a look at Tuesday right here, guys. So let's just zoom on in. Let's just. I was so worried Tuesday. Tuesday, I was like, dog, what are we doing here? Right, and then let's get on this 1 hour mark, which would be better for everybody, right? So Tuesday, this is what happened to. So I was talking shit. Oh, I'm like, hey, bro, it's our time. We finna go. It's finna go, and then we stalled out at 3:48. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But I did say once we topped out that I thought this healthy. What was this Monday? Hold on. So Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So this was Monday. So Friday. Okay, so this is after last week. We bled out pretty good. We got all the way down to like 1266. I was like, oh man. And then we started hopping up again. And I was like, okay, government shutdown still tripping. News is coming out, which I think is institutional manipulation. Me personally, it's like little caveats and shit that get dropped that where people get scared. But then this is also an opportunity where people get to average down too, right? Let's say they long term investing for the long term. I need to put this on what you call. I hate when I do that to y'all. Yeah, okay, so this is a better one. Okay, yeah. And I wish I could make this bigger too. But anyway, this is my cursor. Um, and so people who are buying for the long term, right? They're getting in. They're buying around 1269. My average is at 12 on the stocks that I got, and I really don't want to get any more. I just want to play what I got and invest in other stuff. So all this is money to me. All this is bread. But anyway, so some people are averaging up. Go ahead and buying a bunch here, maybe even here. So again, let's get back to the point of this goddamn video. All right, American Airlines for the dub. So we made this big move off of earnings, right? This is around earnings, 23rd. Boom, made this jump. Boom, made another big jump. All right. Came into Monday, fell off. Okay, no problem. Fell off again. I was like, oh, okay. But again, I know market pullback is a good thing. It must go down in order for it to go up further, right? So it goes back and it held it for this many days, right? For a day or so, it jumped up there, but then it came back down to reality, right? This and let's say from here to here, just to be raggedy. Oh, that's my shit, right? It came back down to ready and kept on this slope, right, in this turn. So it came in this area, cool. It fought back up. No, not enough to break and get back up there and do this shit again, right? Like it did here, right? See that big drawdown right here, right? That's where we're going to see resistance on the slope line. Boom, resistance again, big drop. See, tried to shoot up, big drop. So this line here is very important because you see there's a lot of jumping off of this line upward. And I know it's jumbled up and confusing. So let me that again, okay? And then let's take this stuff off because this is how I game plan. But anyway, so we got a big jump from here every time. We know this going forward when we're in this zone, right? We're going to get jumped from here. People get a little scary down here. It could break, bad news, and shoot down. But anyway, so what we did was we got up and we bled, and I'm okay. I'm like, all right, I'm not tripping. I'm playing calls for next week because as it goes here, I'm looking here. When it gets here, I'm looking here. So right now it's here. I'm already looking here. I'm looking here, right in here. I'm looking for a pullback down to 1283, 1284. So, maybe a $13 put, would kick just to hold off our back end guys. But listen, we got all the way up to 1355 on the recovery, right? Good job. Cause I thought we were gonna bleed out, but we had great news, great catalysts come through. Again, we still got some more good news coming down the way. I think the government shutdown is gonna get us here, gang. So anyway, let's take a drop back, right, and let's look at what I'm looking at in my mind. Boom. This is how I do things, right? This is where I'm looking at. I don't care what nobody say. They be like, oh, you don't need it. Listen, you don't. When you're trying to show out, when I'm trying to show people that I know what I'm talking about, I don't use all this, right? This is what I do in my personal time to learn more about stocks in general, right? But then learn more about my stock and its season because I think everybody's gonna have to have a stock that they invest in or that they like. I think that's the best way to learn. When people ask me, I think that's the best way to learn. So you'll see on here that I might have a few lines on here that really aren't doing anything, and I'm trying to figure out why. So I'll just delete it because I'll forget. I'll be thinking about something. So my dotted line is my resistance, right? And then my support would be, my dotted line will be my support line, right? Which I should turn this green. Let's do green. Let's do orange, right? No, 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 no. Yeah. Let's do purple, right? And then we're gonna thicken it up. So you'll see. So that's my bounce off line. And really, honestly, guys, listen, and I maybe just made beginner's luck, call it whatever the fuck they want to call it, right? But if you're not great at math, the thing is to be great at patterns, right? Be great at finding the differences and the subtle movements, and that's what I am, and that helps me with my math because math is nothing is all equal. It's all symmetry. When you put it all together, so all this stuff makes sense, right? So all that they did, all that mathing. And the math is always telling me, boom, it's bouncing off this line going up. Now, if it breaks this line, right? If it breaks this line right here, then we got trouble because then now we're back on a downtrend. So that's why I say pullbacks are good because every time it gets in this zone, it's pulling liquidity. It's pulling liquidity. Boom, and it's jumping up. So it's gonna break this zone again. I'm just trying to figure out where, like how far down. But anyway, so this was an American Airlines video, wasn't it? Hey, listen, you got in the mind the keys, and this is what happens. So, and this is how I look at things. This is how I look at it. And I'll get good enough to do chart replays and stuff like that. But again, right, and I'm a stickler for this. So I try to make sure that my stuff is on point the way it needs to be. Right. So I'm thinking here. Right. But really, if I stick to my guns, it's right there. Right. And then we're gonna lock that in. And then whenever this comes down to hit this line, I would love to have an alert on this when it's down, crossing down. Yeah, only once, so it'll let me know. Expiration. Let's do next week on the 14th. Because that's going to be crucial if it pulls back past that line. Because I have a call that expires next week. So this little stuff that I do on my own, and that might be something you guys want to do. Now you're probably looking at this video in the future, right? Hi, how are you? So if you're looking at this video in the future, which I want to go ahead and turn this down because this is scary because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm trying to yell their heads off. But anyway, so if you're looking at this in the future, you're probably, $18, $19 now, and you're like, what? When was it here? This is how we get here. Now, remember, when you're watching this American Airlines stock, it is a seasonal stock, guys. After January, we should be putting in puts. This is how we're going to make money. We're going to build a community of American airline investors, and we're just going to make money off of it, guys. We're going to give each other advice. We're going to make money off our little stock. This is our shit, right? We're not going to, again, now this might venture out. But anyway, back to the point of it. So American Airlines did their shit, and we're in this zone. Right, and the zone is very particular, right? So we have another zone here, right, that we can do here, right? And let's move this down so it makes sense. and it's gonna be loosely drawn. I loosely draw it. It doesn't need to be perfect. Like if I know it should be, then I'll probably mix it up. So we're in this zone right here of activity. Right, we're in this zone right here of a lot of fucking activity. Right, so we can expect to bounce from here to here on the way up. If it breaks this, then we know we can expect to come back down to see 1216. Right. So the way I did the other day, and somebody said that they liked this. So this is what I did today because I'm learning to mess with this little tool right here. And man, where is it, fam? Okay, so it's an arrow maker path. Yeah. So again, we're here. We're gonna be a little bit pullback. We might go here, right? Um. So really, honestly, what I'm thinking tomorrow. So we're on our way here for resistance. This is what I'm thinking tomorrow. Oh crap! What did I just do, y'all? Man. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we go here tomorrow to create a higher high. We come down, right, to pull back, right. Now we may go back down. We may come back down here again. But that's 13, 15, and then we're just gonna repeat the process. And I think we shoot up again until we beat this out, which we're trying to get here, right? We're really trying to get here, but this is the resistance zone, right? So I think we get here. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm looking at right now. That we go to 1384. And I said this the other day on the other video. Listen, it is just as simple as this: is sitting down using common sense, knowing that we're on an uptrend, knowing that we don't even have the best news catalyst, right? Knowing this is travel season, right? Using all these different variables to make a educated guess for where the stock is going and placing your bets. Well, now I shouldn't say bets, but placing your options and your entries at the right time. Like if you're a short seller, right, you're gonna get in right here at 14.98, close to 13.80, and then boom, play them puts all the way back down, right? And boom, it might stag here, but this is a decision, right? And this is the decision area right around 13.50, right where we are now, right? A decision area again. It hasn't. Again, it bounced off. Boom. Went back down here. Shot up. Bounced off. Boom. It bounced off it twice. Look, twice. Right. Really, three times. One here, two, three. Right, and the fourth time. So, but the difference is that we got momentum, just like we did here. We got momentum to break through to get up to 1378 and 1396. We got the momentum. We are on the upward swing. Why it didn't break that last time? Because look, it's gathering momentum. It had to break this area of 954, right? It had to break that area, of resistance all the way up. And then, well, the yellow line, we shouldn't say 954, but the yellow line, right? And then so now we're trying to break through this 986 or $10 range average, right? We're going to break that. So then we're going to start, averaging up as in 1350. So the stock is projected to do, 1550 by the analyst or whatever. I don't see that. I think with AI coming into play, cutting all these, corporate jobs and cutting them in half, saving them a bunch of money, AI new chips, calculating, more cost saving, more cost effective ways to do things. And I just think the stock is just going to. I think we can see. 18, 19, this area here, guys. I really do. And I think we can see that in a short period of time because again, AI, it's on everybody's mind now. So everybody's thinking of what. And I'm telling you, before that, why waste? AI is saying, don't waste time. You don't worry about people's emotions. It's just not. This is the way we are going forward. And so we're going towards an emotionalist society. And I know I'm not trying to be death and doom or anything, guys, but I definitely think that's where we're going. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this video. Wanted to get my rocks off and talk about American Airlines shit. Again, guys, I do think we're going towards the 15 mark. I think it's gonna be the week after next. I think we're gonna stay. I think we're gonna do a pullback again because we're at the big. We're gonna pull back again, kind of similar to this, right? A little peep up, little peep up. We got to drop back down to get up. And then the good thing is we ended up like kind of even. So we got a little drawback. So like I said, I really do think 1381, 1396 tomorrow. Hopefully making some major bread tomorrow and getting up out this thing, getting up off this fucking call, take my money and try to roll it over. So anyway, y'all have a great night. Again, this is 11.5. Looking into 11.6 on Thursday. We had a great day today. Yeah.